place within us. Well, my friends, I would first like to introduce our musician for the day. Some of you may know him already. Mark Stanton Welch, he's over here, yes? And so I wanted to share a little bit about Mark with you all. So we welcome back, of course, our dear friend Mark Stanton Welch. And he is a singer, songwriter, performer, sound alchemist, vibrational healer, composer, spiritual mentor, facilitator of change, educator, and visionary. Woo! No pressure, Mark. His inspirational music and activities are intended to be in alignment with the integrity of humankind. All of his creations support compassion, wholeness, personal, spiritual evolution, and the manifestation of planetary oneness. Some fun facts about Mark are that, 1, Mark loves the many uses of tofu, and he makes a marvelous stir fry. Sounds like a Gourmets for God event, if you ask me. And he's currently watching and enjoying a Netflix series called Friday Night Lights, which is about high school football. And the last fun fact about Mark is that he's a prolific writer of music, spiritual books, and workshops of higher consciousness. He's got books, flash drives, CDs, and downloads available at his merch table. Look at that, all of that. Like, that's amazing, yes, thank you. So let's give Mark Stanton Welch some love. Here we go.
You know, it's just all words. That's all that was. As far as all the things I do, we can say what we want about ourselves, which is, and then we can live into it. That seems to be what's going on. Not sure why I said any of that. Probably because I'm nervous. All right. So I invite you to stand up, if you would. This is going to be a call and response. I'm gonna work as if I don't need the money. Come on. Gonna work as if I don't need the money. Love as if I've never been hurt. Love as if I've never been hurt. Dance as if no one is watching. Come on now. Dance as if no one is watching. Sing as if I know I won't be heard. Sing as if I know I won't be heard. Oh. I have this moment to be the all I am. Come on. I have this moment to be the all I am. What's done is now behind me. What's done is now behind me. I feel myself expand. Feel myself expand. Oh yeah, I'm gonna work as if I don't need the money. Come on now. I'll work as if I don't need the money. Love as if I've never been hurt. Love as if I've never been hurt. Dance as if no one is watching. Come on now. Dance as if no one is watching. And sing as if I know I won't be heard. Sing as if I know I won't be heard. I have this moment to be the all I am. Come on. I have this moment to be the all I am. What's done is now behind me. What's done is now behind me. I feel myself expand. Feel myself expand. Oh yeah, I'm gonna work as if I don't need the money. Love as if, come on. Love as if I've never been hurt. Dance as if no one's watching. Dance as if no one is watching. Sing as if I know. Sing as if I know I won't be heard. I have this moment. I have this moment to be the all I am. What's done is now behind me. 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 I can feel myself expand. Feel myself expand. Oh, yeah. Oh. Don't go sitting down. All right. Oh, no. Okay, there's a pattern to this song you'll pick up very quickly. So let me demonstrate. I am love, and love flows to me. Come on. I am love, and love flows to me. I am love. Next one. And love flows through me. I am love. Come on. And love flows through me. I am love from, and love flows from me. I am, I am, I am, I am. Let's try that again. I am love to, love flows to me. I am love through, flows through me. I am love from, and love flows from me. I am, I am, I am, I am, and in all I do, I shall live love. Come on, and in all I do, I shall live love, and in all I give, I shall see love, and in all I give, I shall see love, and in all I speak, I shall give love, and in all I speak, I shall give love. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm love, I am love too, and love flows to me. I am love through, flows through me. I am love from, and love flows from me. I am, I am, I am, I am, I am. Doing it all I do, I shall give love, and in all I speak, I shall breathe love, and in all I see, I shall live love. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm not doing a very good job of teaching, I'm just singing. So here we go. I think we got this. I am love too. Love flows to me. I am love through, and love flows through me. I am love from, and love flows from me. I am, I am, I am, I am, and in all I do live, I shall live love. Speak in all I speak, breathe, I shall breathe love. See all I see, give love. Oh yeah, 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 oh yeah.
All right. Woo-hoo. All right, well, while you're on your feet, let's turn to one another and offer the namaste greeting. Close call, close call. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste, tech team. Namaste, Brian and Jesus and Gina and what's your name? Angela, namaste. Namaste to our love streamers. We love you. And all right, as you take your seat, please take a moment to silence your cell phones or whatever devices you have that make noise. Grand Rising. Oh, today is a great day. My name is Reverend Elizabeth Rowley Hogue, and I am the spiritual leader here, and I'm an ordained minister. Hey! And it is my joy to welcome you to the Awakening Ways Center for Spiritual Living, where all that we ask is that you remain open to the possibility of changing your entire life by changing your mind. This service has been designed especially for you. Welcome home. We have been waiting for you. Yes. So we have an affirmation for today, and I invite you to please repeat after me. I breathe gentleness into all that I think, say, and do. I breathe gentleness to all that I think, say, and do. I am gentle. And so it is. And now it is my joy to introduce our practitioner of the day, BJ DiGirolamo. Come on up, BJ. And they are going to read our Ernest Holmes reading and do our opening prayer for us. Thank you, BJ.
Good morning. Yes, my name is BJ, and my pronouns are she, they, and I am your practitioner today. So as practitioners, we have several ways that you can commune with us. For example, Norma right now is holding the high watch for this service, and what that means is that she is holding this community in loving prayer during the whole time that this is going on, and this helps ground us in who we are, and it's just a beautiful gift and offering. Another way you can get a hold of us, especially those on the love stream, is by email. You can email us at info@awakeningways.org and put prayer request in the subject line, and we will all pray for you for the whole entire week. And also, in your programs, there is a salmon-colored form, and this is a prayer request sheet, and you can fill these out and put them in the prayer request box over there on the table. And then after service, I will be available in the back room for what we call a 3-minute miracle. If anybody would like prayer for anything, or if you would like to manifest something in your life, we can pray over that. And so I will be in the back after service for any prayer time that you might want to grab before you head out and go home. And another way also is if you would like a deeper dive into any area of your personal practice, if you need prayer for anything or would like to manifest something, we also have practitioner sessions where you can sit down with us for about an hour, and we will help find your highest and best good. All right, so my reading this morning is from The Science of Mind 365 by Ernest Holmes. There we go. Pages stuck together. Okay, so I just invite you to close your eyes and just kind of take in the reading, and then I'll go right into prayer after that. Oh, each of us is a spirit, but we don't always recognize this greatest of all truths about ourselves. We do not always consciously invite communion with the Spirit or open all the doorways of our thought in complete acceptance. The Bible tells us to let that mind be in us that was in Jesus, which of course is the mind of God and the invisible guest in every person. I know that this invisible guest within me, the angel of God's presence, is counseling me wisely, leading me unerringly, directing my thoughts and actions in harmony, in peace, in poise, in love, and in cooperation. And because God cannot fail, and because the divine presence within me is God as my real self, I know that there is a power flowing through my word of faith which makes straight the way before me. I know that the great giver of life is giving through me that gift which is gladly made, which returns multiplied and goes out again to increase its blessing and to multiply its own good as it blesses others. I know there is a presence that came with me when I entered this life And I know that this same presence will go with me when I leave this physical form, for it is the presence of eternal life, the life that cannot die. And so I have no fear of the past, the present, or the future, but I am living today as though God really were over all and through all. I feel this presence as life, love, and goodness, and experience its action as power and certainty. It is with me today, making my life whole and complete. Oh, and so just knowing this wholeness, this oneness, I know there is only one God, one life, one cosmic birther that brought each and every one of us into existence to be here at this time and place right now. And I know that I'm absolutely united with this source. This source is in, as, and through me, just as is in, as, and through each and every living thing on this planet. I am that speck of stardust that the Hubble and the James Webb telescope can see that we can't. I mean, we can see it now because Spirit's vision brought this into form for us to experience. And that's how Spirit works. And so I know that this service is divinely blessed. I know that Reverend Elizabeth has something for us to hear today, something that the divine has downloaded into her mind from the universal oneness of the mind that flows through her, in, as, and through her, just as it does through each and every one of us. I know it is a message that we want to hear, that we need to hear, and there is something stirring in each and every one of us that accepts this, that takes something home, that changes a thought to help change a life. And knowing that this is the way this works, I also know, too, that the beautiful music coming from Mark Stanton Welch today is the divine expressing through him as an individual expression of the one. And so I know that those 12 notes on the musical scale that he winds through his tapestry of expression is the beautiful melody of God coming through him. And I know that that touches us as well. And so I'm so grateful for this knowledge and this truth and this way of life. And I am so grateful for each and every individual here this morning and each and every person watching on our love stream right now or that views it later. It is the divine unfolding right in front of us in this brand new baby day that we have never seen before. And I am grateful for it. Oh, and so I just release my word into that law, knowing that it's done, and each of us can anchor this truth together by saying, and so it is. So it is.
Is that my cue? First of all, let me truly appreciate the opportunity to share. I've been doing cover tunes for a long time lately, and as fun as that is, it's also really nice to do some tunes that have just a different frequency about them. So thank you for that. So this particular tune was penned in 1995, and it was written with the idea that this would be the definitive song and everything would change right afterwards. Seems it still has relevance. So I pulled this tune out of the hopper, and it's called Love My Enemies. All right. And because I've been singing so much, I've had to lower the key just a bit here. So this is an act of God arrangement, so we'll see what happens. There are people in my life, call my friends. You know we have a real good time. We might have a little problem, big argument, but then I know that everything will be fine. And there are those that really hurt me with the things they do. I call them my enemy. And they're showing me a part of me I won't embrace. When I hate them, I hate me. Gonna love my enemies. Gonna love my enemy like I do my friend. When somebody tries to hurt or harm me, they got some problem inside. And I can fight back or turn around and run, or I can listen with a heart open wide. 'Cause they're really calling out for a little bit of love, for somebody who cares. It doesn't do me 1 ounce of harm to let them know that I'll be there. I'm gonna love my enemies. I'm gonna love my enemies like I do my friends. I do my friends. Because a little bit of love will go a very long way to heal a hurting life. Yeah, a little bit of love, it's the only way to make a problem right. Whoa. Yeah, yeah. You see, we're living in a world built on greed and war. That's not the way it has to be. Each of us here can start to make a change by throwing out the word enemy. We can choose to live in brotherhood and harmony. Treat each other with love. Just think about a world where everybody here, they give hugs instead of pushes and shoves. And we love our enemies. Yeah, we love our enemies like we do our friends. Like we do our friends. I'm gonna love my enemy. Come on now. I'm gonna love my enemies. I'm gonna love my enemies like I do my friends. Just like I do my friends. One more time. I'm gonna love my enemies. I'm gonna love my enemies like I do my friends. Just like I do my friends. Just like I do my friends. Just like I do my friends. Thank you.
What a great song. Let's give him some more love. Woohoo! Yeah. Hello, Grand Rising again. Oh man, it's a brand new baby day. My name is Reverend Elizabeth Rowley Hogue, for those of you that just came in or just tuned in, and I'm the spiritual leader of this community. I use she, her gender pronouns, and the land upon which we gather today is the unceded territory of the Chumash and Salinan people. And let's take a deep breath together. Let's take another one. And one more. And I invite you to join me in taking a moment to feel appreciation and give thanks for something in your life, whatever it is right now. Just feel that and think about that and be grateful and feel the energy in your body as that gratitude washes over you. I am grateful for this community. I'm grateful for each one of you. Yeah, today is a good day. And I invite you to consider this. I have a reading that is by John O'Donohue. He says, "It is a strange and wonderful fact to be here, walking around in a body, to have a whole world within you and a world at your fingertips outside of you. It is an immense privilege And it is incredible that human beings manage to forget the miracle of being here. We forget. And Rilke said, being here is so much. Being here right now is so much. And it is uncanny how social reality can deaden and numb us so that the mystical wonder of our lives goes totally unnoticed. But actually, we are here. We are wildly and dangerously free. Yes? Right. Feel that. Oh my goodness, you know? Yes, Betty, spread the love. Just allow it to just come out and expand. So, wow, it's so great to be here. This is my first talk as an ordained minister. Well, I've been ordained for a while. But we had the whole ceremony last week. I can't believe it was a week ago already. The ordination ceremony and the installation on Sunday. Wow. And I heard from so many people that you were all floating and kind of high from the weekend, right? And I was too. And for those of you who are new or don't know what I'm talking about, I'll just share briefly. So I'm an ordained minister of Centers for Spiritual Living, and I was actually ordained in 2020, and we all know what happened in 2020. It was February, and then I came back, and we were planning my ordination ceremony and celebration, and then we went right into sheltering at home because of COVID. And so a lot of life happened over the course of 4 years, particularly in my life. You know, I walked my dad home. I walked my mom home. I got married. Travis and I got married. We became one Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living, came over to Awakening Ways, and then we became Awakening Ways Center for Spiritual Living. I mean, a lot has happened. And then suddenly it was time to actually have the ceremony. Now, they say that you're not actually ordained until you have this ceremony because it's a rite of passage. And so it is, and it was, right? Wow. I mean, it's like we have these rites of passages in our lives, but sometimes we just experience them and maybe we don't celebrate them or do the part, right? Like whether it is walking across a stone or standing in a circle of friends and they're all singing or praying to you or something on a birthday, right? We do that. Birthday celebrations, we go out to dinner and they sing happy birthday and it's fun. This was that times 10,000. And so times infinity, right? It was amazing. And it was so great to see it all come together and to see how all of the team that worked together and, you have a vision and inviting people in to do certain parts and to play certain roles, and it all came together magnificently. So I just want to take a moment again to give thanks and honor anyone and everyone who was involved in making that happen. Let's just give some love. Yeah. Rather than me name names, because I will inevitably forget someone who had a very important part. So thank you. Wow. And so the topic for this week is gentleness as a spiritual practice. And so beginning with what we've been talking about this month has been, in the flashes, in those moments when we are conscious in our lives of the oneness and that experience that we feel, we have these flashes of illumination, right? And we know what's going on, and we know who we are, and we know that we are love expressing, and that we are God in form, and we have let it rearrange us, and so we are moving and being in our lives as if we are spirit in form, which is huge. I mean, when we really get that, then all the little things that creep up are like insignificant. Those things that once were seductive and that have hooked us or pulled us, totally insignificant, yes? And we are more interested in the divine. We're more interested in the love. We're more interested in the light and the truth that is calling us. It's just more interesting, yeah? Don't you love that? So we have those moments, and they expand, and the more we learn and grow emotionally, the greater our awakening, because it's like we have one awakening, and it's like the big one where we recognize that there's something bigger happening, and then there's like a series of additional awakenings, yes? And it continues to expand and expand and expand. And so this is great, and in all the other moments, we need to be gentle with ourselves, because we come in here on Sunday, we get filled up and lifted, we hear great music, we hear the practitioner in their prayer, we hear prayerfully, in your opinion, a good message. It must be you keep coming back, so that's good news. You hear an uplifting message, whoever the speaker is, right? We come on Sundays, and we hear that, and then we go out into the world. It's like you meditating, right? You go to your home, and you've got your nice little meditation area set up. You've got your cushion. You're sitting in perfect comfort, and there's nobody around. Maybe you've got a big, expansive ocean view in front of you. You are like, oh, I'm in heaven. And then you get up, you go outside, and you go to the, right? You're already laughing. You're like, what's happening here? But the point being that we feel the love, and then we bring it out into the world. That's what we're called to do. And sometimes we're faced with these things that aren't so awesome and loving, right? We bump up against life and other people. There's people everywhere, have you noticed? People are everywhere, and sometimes they're having a bad day, and we can make it about us. They're having a bad day, we make it about us, and then, boo, wow, then things go bad. They are blowing up, and so in those moments, we're called to be gentle with ourselves. And as we learn to be gentle with ourselves, it's easier for us to be gentle with others. It's easier for us to be gentle in the situations and experiences that we don't love yet, because as we're gentle, we can start to love them, yes? Right. And so it doesn't matter what the topic or situation is, being gentle is ours to do. So for the rest of the month, we will continue to amp up our gentleness and respond with kindness and love, because that's who we are. That's who we are at the core of our being. And so you may have noticed, but we're living in a pretty divisive time. At least it feels that way when we're inundated with media bias and polarized opinions. Have you noticed, right? Polarized opinions, and in all of my years, this is like at the greatest degree that I've ever seen it. And it's sad, because we're loving, and we come here because we want to be with like-minded people who are loving. And so how can we bring this love and gentleness out into the world to those polarizations? Because we're going to inevitably face them, right? Everybody has family, don't they? And there's differing opinions, yes? And so how can we be this love and stand the ground in love? Because something happens to us when we go back into our family structures. Have you noticed? Like, you're flying high, you've taken classes, and you're like, I got it, I love this stuff. And then you get at a family dinner, and there's Bob and Joe and Mary, and you haven't seen them in years, and they're so negative, and you're like, God, what is wrong with you guys? I can't hang out with you anymore, right? You're laughing because you can relate, but how can you bring the love? And you don't have, hey, why don't you try to be positive? Why don't you try to think better than that, right? You tried that. That didn't work too well. Just be the love, you guys. Just, you can be a witness, and then we get paranoid, like, God, it's going to seep in and take over this negativity. It's going to get me. It's not going to get you. You know the truth. You know who you are. And you get to be the love. You get to be that gentleness. You get to be in that space. You don't have to force anything on anyone. Just be it. As you are it, it will, like Betty was saying, spread, right? It just, it naturally does. It does what it does. And so you can have faith and conviction and know in your heart that you are going to think loving thoughts and bring that gentleness into the situation. Wherever you are, family situations, and we'll revisit this around Thanksgiving, and holidays time, right? But thinking about that and really, how can we be that space, not only with our families, but in our communities, when we're scrolling through social media? Are there any doom scrollers in here, like looking for the worst? I heard some giggles. Not anymore. Okay. Don't doom scroll, right? You can bring your love and gentleness and kindness into that, It's doom scrolling is kind of like rubbernecking. You pass a wreck on the freeway and you're like, what's going on over there, Instead of that, you send blessings, send love, Feel love and feel that gentleness, and you can send that out and in, and it's this loving, gentle kindness situation. So fundamental to the science of mind is love. Love is the very essence of gentleness. You get that? When we are gentle, we are loving. So this week, we foster gentleness in 3 key areas of our lives to give us some perspective and breathing room. Now, there's only love anywhere and everywhere. This is the essence of who we are. Therefore, it is the very life that we live. Love is the very life that we live. So when we bring our focus back to love through our practices, we shine love into the world and we perceive love in our lives. So we always get what we're looking for. We always get what we're looking for. Look for love. Look for ways to be gentle. What does it mean to be gentle, Ask yourself that. What does it mean to be gentle? And then practice it, yes? And so, regardless of what side you're on in politics, yeah, we're starting with politics, okay? Regardless of what side you're on, it doesn't matter. Politics can be messy, right? And this is like, in my experience, has been the most divisive in the last several years, hasn't it? Yep. Very divisive. Now, more and more people also seem to become anti-politics. Yes? Even here, we don't talk about politics. Well, I'm talking about it, but I'm not going on sides, right? Because there's only one thing. I'm saying we don't want to get caught up in one side or the other with this frenzy, right? It's a political frenzy. So we're called to be aware of the cracks in the canyons. Otherwise, we get stuck into believing something that may not even be true. And now there's artificial intelligence, and it's like, what's real? That picture can't be real. The people going into the sky with the eclipse. How many of you saw that meme? No? Oh, yeah. The eclipse on April 8th, and people were creating with artificial intelligence, like Mid-Journey AI or whatever. They can say, give me an image of people floating up into the sky with the eclipse like it's the rapture. And there it is, right? Obviously, it's not real, but those are the obvious ones, right? And so we don't know the truth of what's being given to us in the media. We're being served something, but it's up to us to choose how we receive it, and can we bring the gentleness to it rather than getting mad about what we're hearing. Are you with me? Yeah. Rather than getting mad, gentleness asks us to respond rather than react. And so to give space to it and to breathe and to feel our frustration and fear around something, but not let it rule us. Instead, to bring it back to this gentle space within us that can hold it. Have you guys heard of holding space? You ever hold space for someone? She's holding space. Yeah, Norma's holding the high watch. She's holding space for this service. And so she's knowing that whatever is happening for all of you, right, that this message is going to speak to you, that there's this movement of energy. She's holding the space, holding the container for all of the good. And it's so cool because we're connected, and so Spirit is speaking to me and having me share particular things in the way that it does, right? Holding space. You go to visit a friend at the hospital, and maybe they're unconscious. And so you're holding space for their health. You're holding space for their healing and wholeness, yes? Maybe, it could be like, you're there to help somebody by providing moral support. That's holding space, right? Holding space. It's so sacred. So can we hold space when we're watching the news? Can we hold space for the truth in the midst of the polarizations? Can we hold that space of love and gentleness and allow this to guide us in all of our interactions? Now, we're called to really apply the truth and this gentleness liberally to every circumstance and situation. So as we see through the lens of love, we are open to knowing and experiencing more love than we have ever experienced before. Who doesn't want that? Yeah. Right? Yeah. Yes, please. So we're allowing love and gentleness to support us as we navigate our lives. Can you join me in that? Yeah, great. All right, so social media is another thing that is everywhere. What do we do before social media? Like, how do we get the word out, right? It's like so much of our lives are taken up with these apps and devices, and it's not that it's bad or wrong, but we love it. We love to see what our friends are doing. I've been posting videos and pictures from last weekend, and for me, like, I want to remember that because something happened for me last weekend, right? And whatever the motivation is for others, we don't know. But what about TikTok videos? There's Facebook and Instagram and Tumblr and like tons, right? That's only scratching the surface. Facebook. But I'll tell you, social media is like the law. What we focus on, we get more of. Okay? What we focus on in our social media, we're going to get more of. And so if you don't like what you're seeing, what needs to change? What you're looking for, right? What you're interested in. Yes? Can I get an amen? Can I get a glory? Woo! All right. So we get to be aware of what we watch, read, and pay attention to, knowing that we're bringing more of it into our lives. And so we remember that everyone in our feed, right, our social media feeds, also have a right to their own opinion, even if we disagree with it. And we can bring gentleness into our perspective as we're seeing it, not getting mad, right? Getting mad. We don't need to get mad. And so what we can do when we're using social media is turn to one of my favorite questions, which is in self-inquiry. What is my motivation for being here? What is my motivation? What am I looking for? And I'll be honest, sometimes I find myself just scrolling and then I'm like, I'm done. It's like mindless scrolling, and then I think, what am I looking for? And then I put it away because it just has become this mindless thing. So bringing our conscious awareness to everything transforms it always, right? No matter what. So apply love. This is what we're going to do. Now, I want to ask, will you raise your hand if you use moisturizer on your face or lotion on your body? Ever. Everyone, yeah? So we've all used that, right? And like especially sunscreen. I mean, we aren't afraid to apply that stuff liberally. Our faces get white, our ears, our necks, yeah? And we're just like, hey, just protecting myself. But can we do the same thing with the experiences in our lives that need more love? Apply love liberally, like we apply sunscreen to ourselves in the summertime. I have 2 prayer partners who I meet with weekly, and one of them, they're both ministers, and one of them will ask me if I could go ahead and also just rub some what else is possible on that too, please. And I always get a laugh out of that because I imagine myself, yes, you know? And so now when I actually put on moisturizer, I'm thinking, love, 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 prosperity. You're going to do that now too, right? Try this at home. It's awesome. And so I want to share a story with you about something that happened last week. So it was late at night, and we were getting ready to go to sleep, my husband and I, and we started talking about the business of the marriage. You know, the business of the marriage, right? Financial things and whatever, yeah? And so I'm too sleepy to engage, and my eyes start to glaze over, and I probably make a face, you know. I'm like, oh, God, I got to go to sleep, is what's happening for me. But for him, I'm doing that thing. I'm doing that annoying thing that I do. And for me, I'm sleepy, right? I'm like, I'm ready for bed. It's been a long day. I'm still, floating high and feeling all the feels, processing the whole week and weekend. And that's what's happening for me. And then he's annoyed, and then he's talking to me, and then I'm like, why are you talking that way? Right? Can you relate to this, or is it right? And I'm thinking, did he just raise his voice? But he's annoyed. Now he's annoyed, I'm annoyed, and suddenly it occurs to me that I should probably just go to bed. And so I say, I'm going to go to bed. Can we talk about this tomorrow after work? And I would love to have a loving, kind communication with you, but I can't do that right now. And he said, okay, I'm looking forward to it. We had the best night's sleep. We didn't go to bed mad at each other or feeling like we were unheard. And we knew we had this plan to have a great communication. And it felt good, right? Can you raise your hand and say yes? Yeah. He testifies. Yeah. The next day we had this conversation, and it was awesome. And we were both satisfied and content. Woo! That's gentleness. We've got to be conscious, because sometimes if something's going on and we're sleepy, exhausted, whatever, right? We just get mad, and that doesn't help anything. It doesn't help the situation at all, because if we are partnered up, if you have a husband, a wife, whatever, I have to believe that you want to talk to your spouse. And you want to have loving communication. Yes? Right. So there we go. We felt good about it. I felt good about it. And it actually brought us closer, and we're deepening our bond, because it wasn't just, nah. What was that? Translate that. Yeah. Can someone translate that for me, please? Speaking a different language. You know what I mean, though. Yes. All right. And so moving on to moments of high resolve. Howard Thurman wrote, "Keep fresh before me the moments of my high resolve." And I think this is what was happening for me that night. I was still in and feeling, and it was fresh before me, the moments of my high resolve, because last weekend was a big one for me, right? And so when we remember who we are, we automatically act like the radiant, magnificent spiritual beings that we are. We know, and we know that we are unstoppable. Unstoppable, yes? And so remembering our moments of high resolve causes gentleness to be our natural response, because this gentleness, this love, it's who we are. It's who we already are. There's been all this other stuff piled on to us throughout our lives, but this gentleness, this love, this purity, this wholeness of being, this divine glory, it's who we are. It's in there. It's in you. Regardless of what's happening for you today, I want you to know that it's in you. The love, the peace, the joy, the health, the wholeness, the prosperity, the connection, you name it. It's right within you. It's here right now. Oh, yes. And so remembering our moments of high resolve causes gentleness to be our natural response. And so moments of high resolve, from last weekend, number one, the laying of the hands, that was so sacred and holy for me. It was just beyond. I didn't know. It was spontaneous. I didn't know we were going to do that. And it was so powerful. Right? And looking at the pictures and how everyone was connected, and there was this interesting geometric pattern. And it was wow, this is sacred and holy. Yes? Yeah. I felt that. And then the vows. And then the placement of the stole on my shoulders by my husband. Wow. Who has stood beside me and been supporting me all of this time. It all goes unseen, right? Supporting me, loving me, listening to me, praying with me, being there for me, being my rock, Powerful. And then the blessing song by Michelle Jordan. What? Yeah, right? So it happened right here. Happened right here. This was a moment of high resolve because she was singing and it was dissolving things. It was melting things away, and I couldn't articulate it, but it felt like when she was singing, God is for you, God is for you, God is for you, in the way, but she was God is for you, right? And it was touching me, it was piercing me in ways that I didn't know could happen. And I started crying, I was weeping. And I realized that when she was singing God is for you, we're a spiritual, not religious community, right? We're spiritual, not religious. So it occurs to me that for some people, hearing the word God is a turnoff. But I translate it, right? You're free to translate. God, you hear God, you can change it to spirit, change it to divine, because that's what I'm talking about, right? That's what we're speaking about. Whether it's God, Spirit, Jesus, Buddha, Allah, the thing, the way, source energy, any of it, the Tao, the force, the universe, creative energy, you name it, it's for you. And so hearing that over and over, God is for you, God is for you. And she turned and was singing it right to me, God is for you, God is for you. And it was just that washed away every single time when I thought the world was against me, that something was happening because I wasn't supposed to succeed, whether it was me thinking that my parents didn't love me, or that person was out to get me, or this job was out to get me. None of that was true. In that moment, I recognized and realized that everything that is happening in my entire life is for me, and not just me. This is true for all of us. This is true for you too. Had that happened right there, right? Like that? It just looked like she was singing, right? I mean, what? Wow. Okay. And then our house band and choir with their 2 songs, they rocked it. Yes, let's give them some love. And I loved the first song about we believe in God, absolute and mighty, right? That's a great song. It was such a great way to begin, and that was sacred and holy. And then one of my favorites, I Surrender. You guys know I love that one, right? And that was so perfect in the beginning. I step into the flow and then I let it go, right? We had been planning and creating this thing, and this is true for our lives. We're planning and creating Whether you're getting into a new relationship, leaving an old relationship, starting your life over, you can plan and plan and plan, but at some point you've got to let go and step into the flow and open your mind and your heart and your soul and let Spirit guide you, right? Your planning can only get you so far, which is also true for me every Sunday. I can plan my talk and write out my notes, and then I get here, and then it's like something else is happening. It's God, right? God wants to do, Spirit wants to do through you mighty and magnificent things. Will you let it? Will you step into the flow and let go of thinking you're not enough? Will you step into the flow and let go of this idea that, well, why should it be me? Why wouldn't it be you? We got to let go of all of that, yes? And so I was thinking about, do you know what it's like when you look back at pictures of yourself? You see yourself and you know what was going on with you physically, emotionally, spiritually. Like you can actually identify just looking at a picture, yes? Yeah. Like you look at this picture of yourself from years ago and you go, oh, that was a happy time. Or you can look at yourself, a picture from even more years ago and go, oh yeah, that was when I needed that 12-step program. And that's just me, maybe. Yeah, I was ready to go into that. Yeah, that was just before rehab or whatever, right? Or that was a time when I was grieving, or that's when my mom was transitioning, right? A picture, yes? So again, me looking back on those pictures from last weekend had me realize that was a mountaintop experience. That was a mountaintop experience for me. The Most High, right? It was an experience of the Most High. And it occurred to me that was a moment of my high resolve. The whole weekend, right? That's what we're talking about. Keep fresh before me the moments of my high resolve when I knew, and I knew that I knew. Oh, so moments of high resolve are those radiant moments when we have been touched by the holy presence and we know who and whose we are, right? Keep fresh before me the moments of my high resolve. And so, circling back to that idea of coming to church on Sunday, coming to your spiritual community, hearing an inspiring message, going to your meditation cushion in the wonderful security and serenity of your own home and feeling sacred silence. But then we're taking it out into the world, right? And we're taking it into the world, but we want to remember sitting on that cushion. That was a moment of my high resolve because I was connected and I was at peace and I felt the divine and I knew that it was real. Or you came to this service, you heard some words, or you had an interaction with a friend. Maybe you got a prayer or heard a prayer, something in the song, the amazing music that Mark shared with us, or whoever our musician is for the day. Something happened. It was a moment of high resolve. And there are many moments. There are many of these moments throughout the day, especially on a Sunday when you're here. You can't help it, you know? And so keep those moments fresh before you. And before I go into the closing reading that I have, which is Howard Thurman's reading, Keep Fresh Before Me, the Moments of My High Resolve, I also want to say a couple of things so I don't forget, but I started reading this book, A Psalm for the Wild Built. Have any of you picked up this book? You finished it? It's cool, right? It's really cool. So a monk and robot book. So it's like, what if robots ruled the world? And the robots are wanting to like save the earth, which is so awesome. And it's just a different kind of book, and it's a fun read. And you know me, I love the thin books. So this is our book of the month, and I'm going to have it finished by next week. And so you can get those books here. But also, you know, tomorrow is Earth Day. Now, every day can and ought to be Earth Day. And so the invitation for us is to consider, how are we contributing to conserving Mother Earth? You know, just think about that, ponder that. Is there one thing that you can do? Like maybe move from using plastic to some other solution that is more Mother Earth friendly. I'm looking at our two sacred and holy Mother Earth angels. For some reason, Anna and Anne, right? Yeah. They probably have a lot of ideas. And so we'll let them guide us in that way. That'd be great. And so now I want to invite you to just relax and maybe close your eyes or rest your gaze gently in front of you as I read this excerpt from his book, For the Inward Journey by Howard Thurman. I'm going to come to the middle here. Despite the fullness and barrenness of the days that pass, if I search with due diligence, I can always find a deposit left by some former radiance. But I had forgotten. At the time, it was full-orbed, glorious, and resplendent. I was sure that I would never forget. In the moment of its fullness, I was sure that it would illumine my path for all the rest of my journey. I had forgotten how easy it is to forget. There was no intent to betray what seemed so sure at the time. My response was whole, clean, authentic. But little by little, there crept into my life the dust and the grit of the journey. Details, lower level demands, all kinds of cross currents, nothing momentous, nothing overwhelming, nothing flagrant, just wear and tear. If there had been some direct challenge, a clear-cut issue, I would have fought it to the end and beyond. In the quietness of this place, surrounded by the all-pervading presence of God, my heart whispers, keep fresh before me the moments of my high resolve. That in fair weather or in foul, in good times or in tempests, in the days when the darkness and the foe are nameless or familiar, I may not forget that to which my life is committed. There was no intent to betray what seemed so sure at the time. Keep fresh before me the moments of my high resolve. And so I invite you to open your eyes. You can't just do this on Sundays when you're here. We're called to take this to the streets. We need to take it to the streets. We need to take this to the grocery store, the freeway, the internet service providers, all utility companies for that matter. I was thinking of the people that I get frustrated with. Politics, the news, each other. Take it to the streets. Commit to doing this. Make a vow. Love, love, love. And I'm going to invite Mark to come on up and prepare for our closing prayer and then song. And as I wrap it up, my friends, the call to action, conclusion for today, keep fresh before me the moments of my high resolve. Apply these moments to your life, right? Remember the moments of your high resolve and imagine it's like something you can rub on to this area over here and maybe this area over here and oh, that one's good too. Yeah, you can do this. Remember who you are and whose you are. Be gentle everywhere. Be gentle. Approach life with a gentleness. And ask yourself throughout the day, each week, where can I apply Gentleness. Where can I rub some gentleness on? Yeah. And do that. Do that. And then I have a great spiritual practice for this week, which is to watch at least the first 10 minutes of a news program. After you've turned the news off, the invitation is for you to evaluate how you feel. Evaluate how you feel. Are you happy, excited, bummed, fearful, or angry? And then take what you saw and how you feel and imagine putting it all together into a ball and holding this ball of energy in front of you. And as you hold this in front of you, the news story and everything, see love penetrating it. Surround it with love. And imagine that it's all just being saturated with love, this whole thing. Love all of it, the news story, your feelings, what's happening, and try to hold this ball of love in front of you for a couple of minutes. And then evaluate how you feel. And this will be emailed out to you this week and posted on Facebook. And so let's take a deep breath together. Yeah, another one. And let's turn our attention inward as we close with a treatment. So turning to that place within where I absolutely know and remember with every fiber of my being that spirit is all that there is. That right here within me is the well. It is the wellspring of my moments of high resolve. And those are all within me and always accessible to me, just like the God of my understanding. Whatever you call it, spirit, Jesus, Buddha, Allah, the force, the way, the presence, source energy, right within each one of us right now. And I know that we recognize in this moment that this presence is love. This presence is gentleness. And this life is for you. Spirit is for you. Spirit is for you. Spirit is for you. There's nothing that can be against you. Everything that is happening in our lives, everything that is happening in my life right now is for me to become more of who I am, which is simply to let go of who I'm not. And this is true for all of us here and everyone not here. We are always becoming more of who we came here to be because we're letting go of who we thought we were. And right here in the midst of the letting go and the becoming is the presence of love. And I'm so grateful that I have access to it and that I remember who I am today and every day going forward from here, not just for this week, but always. We remember who and whose I am, who and whose you are, who and whose we are, and what else is possible. So we rub that gentleness on everything we think and say and do, and experience the best week ever. I give thanks for this, knowing it is so, knowing that it's already happened, and we return. We're already here next week talking about what an amazing week we had. It's so good, and I am grateful, and so it is. So it is. Yay! Woo!
Standing in the line, I turn, I catch the person's eyes. I can turn away, or I can give a smile. It's my chance to make a difference, to brighten up a day. See the God within, I send a precious love bouquet. A man seeking money, he is living on the street. And I see a sign, a judge, I'm thinking he'll drink instead of eat. So I start to turn the corner. And I turn to see his face. I see the God within. I place 20 on his plate. Throughout the day they come, moments meant for me. And throughout the day life, she just lays them at my feet. Oh, she says, have compassion. And she says, just take the risk. And she says, go on, just love the one you're with. Go on, just love the one you're with. A spider in the bathtub, a fly upon the wall, a traffic jam, a couple fighting somewhere down the hall. Or that man who cut before me, or the waitress late and rude. Within these golden moments lies a fundamental truth. To get the love I want, I must give the love I seek. For as I do for you, my friend, someone will do for me. All these laws of love, they're written, and they're embedded in the heart. And what stands right here before me, it's the perfect place to start. So Lord, give me situations to practice loving sweet and ease the pain of living in everyone I meet. Let me grow in bunches from the inside to the out, and let me know that love is all I'll ever be about. And throughout the day they'll come, all these moments meant for me. Throughout the day life will just lay 'em at my feet. She'll say, just have compassion. And she'll say, take the risk. And she'll say, go on, just love the one you're with. And she'll say, go on, just love the one you're with. The people sang with me, they said, go on and love the one you're with. They sang again, they went, go on and love the one you're with. One more time they did, go on and love the one you're with. So I'm standing in the line, I turn, I catch the person's eyes. Well, I can turn away, or I can give a smile.
Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Oh, look at that love. Woo! Perfect song, perfect song. Okay, my friends, it's now time for our conscious giving. And I would like to invite the ushers to please come forward. And while they're coming forward, take note that you have your bulletin, and if you'd like to make your donation online, you can simply scan this QR code by opening up your camera, pulling out your phone, open your camera, and then click on the link, and then it'll take you to our PayPal page, which is so cool. I did this last week. And you can choose your donation amount, and then it says, would you like to cover the fees? And you can cover the service fees too. So it's like $1.55 or whatever, depending on how much you give. And then that comes straight. It actually goes right into our checking account. How awesome is that? But I have a check, so I'm going to take this, and I invite you to take your gift and place it over your heart. If you gave online, you can place your hand over your heart. Oh, thank you. And the PayPal link, for those of you viewing us online, you can go to paypal.me/awakeningways. And is it Awakening Ways CSL or just Awakening? I couldn't remember in that moment. I say this every week, and then I just... No, it's Awakening Ways. PayPal.me/Awakening Ways. Yeah. You can also go to awakeningways.org and click the donate button, and okay. Lots of ways to donate. All right. We have a giving affirmation. I invite you to please repeat after me. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. It is evidence of my faith and my belief. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It does great work in the world. It does great work in the world. And returns to me multiplied abundantly. And returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. So it is. All right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What I do for you, I do for me. This love I give is feeding me. Well, every hug to you comes back. Every reminder of truth comes back. Every thoughtful deed comes back, most certainly comes back to me. What I want to fill my life, I must give it away. That beauty that I seek in life, I must give it away to you.
All right, so we just turn within and just lovingly bless these gifts that have been given to us. And I know that each and every intention behind this gift goes forth. And I'm just so grateful for each and every one, and so it is.
And now our announcements angel is going to come on up and give us the announcements for the day. Kristen, yay! Okay, oh, let me hold that. Oh, you got it?
I got it, thank you. I've been falling a bit the last year, so I have to be careful. Okay, good morning, Grand Rising. Announcements here for April 21st, 2024. Can you believe it's already the end of April? So next Wednesday, April 24th, join practitioner and handline for a morning meditation from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. at our office on El Camino Real. There's no better way to start your day. I do it from home. We thought we would have the Gourmets for God fundraiser events ready for bidding today. We thought we'd have the table all set up, but we're putting it off until next Sunday. We got in a couple fantastic events last week and need time to create the bid sheets and the flyers. Thanks for being patient. If you have any ideas, we're still up for them, I'm sure. It's really fun. It's really, really fun. I always regret that I didn't sign up for more. Okay, and you won't want to miss Sunday, May 5th, when we welcome acclaimed musician, singer, songwriter Eddie Watkins Jr., who will provide the music and the message. Oh, he's doing the message too. Cool. Okay. Music with a concert following at our office on El Camino Real, right next to the Habit. Make a habit of going to our office. Okay, so pre-sale, let's see, there's going to be a potluck that day at the office so we can fill our souls and our bellies as we enjoy the concert. Pre-sale tickets are $20 and $25 at the door. Angel tickets are available, so if you want to be there, we want you there. There's a sign-up sheet at the back table, or the side table. Our book of the month for April is Reverend Elizabeth was talking about, A Psalm for the Wild Built by Becky Chambers, a Hugo Award-winning author. Becky Chambers begins a new series with this delightful and quietly philosophical novella that presents a hopeful glimpse into a future where humanity actually does the right thing. The book is available for $18. Also, March, April, Science of Mind magazine is still available in the back for $10. Just a quick note to remind everyone to refrain from wearing fragrant perfume, lotion, etc. We want everyone to be able to enjoy our service, including those who are sensitive to fragrance. Big shout out to the volunteers and staff. We love and appreciate you so much. Wild applause, it says so right there.
All right, and now we have our youth. Come on in. Sonia, let's give her some marching fun. All right. Cute outfit. Look at you.
Good morning. So, this one I already knew about Earth Day because she's very well educated. Sorry. So, we went and played with Earth. We picked up some of the garbage because Earth is alive, but we cannot, it doesn't have arms. And she told me that Earth is very excited every morning it wakes up, which I do have to agree. And our affirmation for today, because as we were looking around and meeting new friends and seeing all the beauty, we are open to the goodness we are open to the treasures of the earth. Yeah. Thank you.
Beautiful. All right, let's circle up for our benediction and call and response. Woohoo! Going this way. All right, friends, won't you know with me that you are never alone, that God is where you are right now and always, and all that we ever need do is turn within, and it is here we will find we are guided, sustained, directed, and inspired by a source that knows only good. Joyously let us make use of these gifts in all that we think, in all that we say, and in all that we do. Please repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening as me right now.
Something wonderful is happening as me right now.
It is this thing called life.
It is a thing called life.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my pocketbook.
Life is in my pocketbook.
Life is in my relationships.
Life is in my relationship.
Life is everywhere.
Life is everywhere.
I think it. I feel it.
I feel it.
I believe it.
I believe it.
I express it.
Express it.
I accept it.
I accept it.
Just the way that it is.
Just the way that it is.
And just the way that it is not.
And just the way that it is now.
Thank you, life.
Thank you, life.
Woohoo!
This is call and response, if you will. Gonna take my hands.
Hands.
Gonna lift them high. Gonna shake those hands
Shake those hands
in the bright blue sky.
in the bright blue sky.
Gonna shout out loud
Shout out loud,
to the whole wide earth.
whole wide earth.
I'm a child of God. Love is my work. Gonna take my feet, move them up and down. Gonna stomp those feet all over this town. Shout out loud to the whole wide earth. I'm a child of God. Love is my work. Gonna take that love, spread it high and low. Gonna give that love everywhere I go. Gonna shout out loud to the whole wide earth. I'm a child of God. Love is my work. 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 Whoa! Yay. All right. Yo, man.